What would you tell your younger self? Like, would you give your younger self any advice, knowing what you know now? Like if you were to go back maybe 20, 30 years or even like, further?
That's a good question. Honestly, I would still tell her to get in construction. I still think that was a great outcome. I think I think I could have humbled myself in my like late 20s, early 30s more and learned more. I would probably be in a different position now if I had done something like that back then. And so like, self-reflection I think is a big part of like, yep, if you had done something a little bit differently, you might be in a different position today. But the reality is that I'm very grateful that I've been true to myself and that I've stood up for what I care about. And I haven't ever backed down to companies or men or things like that in situations. I've always stood up for myself and I've always stood for what I care about. And so if anything, I'm proud. I think that my younger self would be proud of where I've at today. I think I've learned a lot more than I would have if I was in the same position I was 5 years ago to right now even. If I had changed something, as little as 5 years ago, like I think she would be proud. I think there's some things where she'd be like, girl, you crazy. But yeah.
Man. What's your favorite book, podcast, or resource that inspires boldness for you?
So in true transparency, I haven't read all of it, but the Let Them book is a huge one. And I think it's adapting that lifestyle to your everyday. People are going to do whatever they're going to do regardless of your influence. So let them. If they're going to explain, if they're going to be a certain way, let them. Let their actions dictate how they are in your life. And I think that once you let go of the control, that you can't control everybody, you can't control outcomes to certain things. And once you understand that and you like let it be, I think the world, and for me, I just got happier. I realized that I was like, cool, it's something that I don't have to worry about anymore. Let them be them. I'm going to continue on my path, continue on my growth and my goals, and let them be,
Is that by Mel Robbins?
Robinson? I believe so, yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Yeah, I heard she's got some good
She has some really cool podcasts. Yeah. Like she has one episode on her podcast that really was essentially actually probably a big push as to why I pushed to start my own company was the being stuck, the stuck feeling. And they say that like everybody goes through this. Everybody goes through that like stuck phase. And I just remember being, waking up every day and I'm doing the same thing over and over and I'm working for people I don't like and I'm doing jobs that I don't like and I don't like the people that I'm dealing with and nothing about my life was going the way that I wanted to go. And I was like, why do I feel this way? Why am I stuck? What has to change? And so I went down a whole rabbit hole of like, all right, why am I stuck and how do I fix this? And so one of her episodes about that was huge and realizing that like, hey, you're up here. You break the circle. You can go outside and it's the paper, the circle with the spider. Like you can go outside the circle. I promise you it'll be okay.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It reminds me of when I was like 19, worked for the sheriff's office. I was a detention officer and like I did for like a year. But
I want to know more about that.
Dude, it was wild.
Stories for days.
I remember I would go in every day and we'd have our little briefing, get on the elevator, go up, do my thing, and then shift over, get on the elevator, calm down, go to my car. And I remember there was this one moment because after a year you've been doing the same thing. There was this old guy and he was probably in his like 50s, 60s, as a 19-year-old, that's old. You know what I mean?
Right. Yep.
And he'd been working there that entire time, like 40 years or whatever.
His whole career was there. Yep.
And I think, I don't know what he said. He said something that was like, yep, never gets old or something like that, or same old, same old. And I just remember in that moment sitting there, I'm like, just like, no, I was 19.
This cannot be it.
And I'm like, like, I don't want to be doing this up and down, like, from the rest of my life. So, and then I just okay, I'm out. And I think I did drum corps and this amount of stuff. And I'm just like, yeah, but it was just like, I don't want my life to be like the same.
You see it and you're like, Like our generation, our parents, our parents taught us you get one job, you stay at that one job, and you're happy and you work it until you retire. And it's funny, like, my in-laws, they've worked at the same job since they started, and it's funny because I'm just like, I go, how is, like, that's what we're taught. And so when you break these generational norms by starting your own business or starting, it's terrifying to them. Like, my grandmother was like, I'm just so scared for you. And I'm like, you know what? It's okay though. Like, and if anything, if you're scared for me, you know what you can do? You can tell all your sweet friends in Sun Lakes that I can come pick up their dog poop, like, and so yeah, I would agree with you on that. That's a fun one. You realize, like, I have to get out of this. Something has to change.
Yeah. Well, and I think now too, like the norm is not to be at the same job. Like even employers, they actually frown upon that. Like they're like, oh, you've been here for how long? So you're kind of stale. Like
right.
They want to see like upward like growth. Like
correct.
Okay, what other challenges you take on?
Yeah.
What other?
Oh, you're bored? You want to come work for me? Okay, let's do it. What can
It's so different and it's so weird. But like that's kind of the thing now,
It's
just so strange.